Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and today I am here with a video. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back. So today I wanted to do a video on infidelity or cheating, and I had did a poem on it, and I called it adultery. So if you want to check back and look at that poem, that would be probably a shorter version of what I'm gonna discuss. So this would probably be like a medium length video. But I wanted to talk about cheating and the tired ass narrative that men are allowed to cheat because they literally can reproduce at this fast rate where, like if they slept with 10 women that day, they literally, if God willing, could get 10 women pregnant, whereas one woman can only procreate once. But I want to say this. Yes, sex is definitely created for procreation, but sex is not just created for procreation for kids. For years, you have been misled that a woman's body is just a dumping ground for your sperm to make babies for her. Sex represents so much more. Sex can be healing. Sex can be pleasure. Sex can be so many different things. And guess what? You're talking to someone who's had enough of it with different people, and I'm gonna talk freely about that. You can't hoe shame me because I've come to terms with I'm a hoe, and most likely you're probably a hoe too, because unless you only have one partner, then, then don't judge me. So kiss my ass. And this is not the content for you. Carry on, because a lot of us has had to be hoes to network. A lot of us had to be hoes for pay. Some of us were both. I wish I would have got paid more. I wish I wasn't just networking. I wish I wasn't just spying. Like, getting information. Like it's all different kinds of things. While women are having sex. So we're not just a fucking baby farm. We're not, just your bed warmer. So that narrative for me is outdated. However, I do support polygamous relationships when it comes to people actually marrying into a polygamous relationship. And it really doesn't matter to me whether it is a man with multiple wives or a woman with multiple husbands. My personal opinion and view for both is that it's not fucking for me. You would not want me in a relationship where you can have many wives and I can't have many other partners, because I don't want many husbands, but I can't have many other partners. That would not work for me. I would make life for all of you miserable. I promise you. Like, everybody in the house will feel the fucking wrath because I don't share men well. So and literally, if you don't pick the wives right, which I know, like in polygamous relationships, like it is supposed to be the first wife has to be in agreement, and if you have a second wife, all the wives, so on and so on, have to be in agreement that this person can come in. So it is rules. A lot of people have been mistaken polygamy for open relationships. That is something completely different. Open relationships has its own set of rules also. However, polygamy is literally more structured, definitely, if you're looking at it from a religious aspect, cultural norms type deal, for other cultures. So there is a system. I have studied these systems in anthropology. I am well versed on, how they are, like the pros and the cons. The pros is that, yes, you can literally procreate at a great rate, and procreation would be great to continue your lineage. So that's a plus. And then you also have a network and a community of women who literally are working together to keep things functionally, like So, you're not all just doing this by yourself. So it takes some pressure off of it just being two people taking care of the kids, working, and all that stuff. So keeping the house and all that stuff. So, and literally, if you have, wives of value, those different reasons why they bring value definitely strengthens the household. So for me, polygamy is not cheating when it's done right. I have seen some weird shit going on that people are portraying as it is polygamy, and literally you're being nasty whores. And not just whores, you're being nasty whores. So you're literally just swapping out partners. Some people I've even heard that are not protecting themselves. However, I have seen open relationships where they weren't being nasty whores. They like what they like. They have a system, just like in polygamy. They have a system. They have a set of rules and agreements, and that's why some of those relationships are working out. I am talking about the relationships where there is we just gonna use man and woman for this situation, because this can work with all kinds of gender groups and norms and all that stuff. So and I consider gender norms being anything that people identify. I don't just consider it just man and female. So but I don't want to be called cis. I don't know why we doing that, but y'all can cis y'all selves, because the same way you want to be respected and be called something, I just want to be called what I am. And that's what I am. A white man made up the cis word. He created cisgender. So if you want to stop oppression, then stop doing that. Stop forcing titles onto heterosexual people, queer people, because I identify with being queer and I don't want to be fucking called cis women. I know a lot of men who don't want to be called cis men. Just we respect your titles, respect ours. And yeah, because if you do the research, it was a white man who created that shit. And we do know the history of white man creating shit. It's usually not for our benefit. It's usually for division and to cause trouble. So you can research that on your own. I always drop jewels in here randomly when they come. So yeah, so I've seen this done correctly, but I've also seen this done horribly. I have seen this being used as a tool to cheat, where literally a man will go back and forth, or will secretly have partners, and vice versa. A woman will secretly have partners. And so that's not even up for debate today. I'm not talking about that when I talk about polygamy. And then we are going to get to cheating. So but yeah, polygamy I don't consider cheating. Those are people who have come to terms and come to an agreement. But in my personal opinion, it don't work for me. Everybody would be miserable. And I will say this: if you cannot, and in Islam, this is law. You cannot afford to take on your wives. You only should have one. If you cannot afford to take care of those women and children that you're planning on making, you need to stop. You're doing it wrong. You're going against God. Like, you are not supposed to take on these people and make them fucking suffer. Do you hear me? And there's a lot of cult mind behavior that some people will create and try to do this and do it completely wrong, oppress the women, oppress the children. So I will say, be mindful if you are getting into polygamous relationships. Do your research. Always vet your partners. Period, point blank. But yeah, it was something else coming up for me too. I'm gonna see if I can grab that thought again. But I wanted to talk about all right, I'm gonna skip over what I missed. It'll come back to me if it's important. But I will say this: when it comes to a wife, a woman taking on many men, I still can't do that either. Even though I probably would do that before I did, I do the polygamy. I'm just too strong. I'm sorry. I'm just too strong-willed. I would probably end up Yeah, people would not be happy. So anyway, if it's me and multiple husbands, I know some women who do that. It works for them, right? So it works for them. It would not probably. It's not even a probably. It would not work for me. The reason why is because I wouldn't respect the men. Um, I just wouldn't, and that's just my honest truth. I'm not here to step on nobody's toes. This is unfucking apologetically tea. If you have your opinion, start your own YouTube channel and get on there and use this good, great platform. Because my shirt says it. It says social media was a mistake. I really don't believe that. I picked this out because this is a good conversation T-shirt, but social media was not a mistake. Social media is being misused. Please start utilizing this shit for the right purpose and stop using it to clout chase and do stupid shit to get viral quick. Yeah, like literally, if you have difference of opinions, stop trying to force your opinions down somebody else's throat. Go get on your own platform. What was that shit back in the day when they say you get on your soapbox? Like, go, this is my soapbox. You get on your soapbox and you find your people who agree with you or disagree with you. But like, let's not, because I don't mind people who disagree. It's we can have a debate or a conversation. But what we not gonna do is shame me for fucking believing what I want to believe. Like, God gave me free will, and He gave it to you too. So use it, because I'm gonna use my brain. And I am basing this off my own personal experience and also studying. I've studied academically, and I've studied by actually literally reading fucking books, literally watching documentaries, like literally just living. Like, so these are my formed opinions. And some are facts. So let's carry on. All right, let's get to, cheating. So polygamy is its own little thing. It has grown arms and legs that I really don't like, and y'all might want to start trying to chop those off because they're making you look bad. But I feel like polygamy should exist. People should have the right to choose what type of relationship dynamics they want and what works best for them. And that was the point that has skipped over me. A lot of women are literally okay with being side chicks. If you and your mother, were side chicks growing up and you continue to be side chicks, you watched her be a side chick and you were a side chick, and I'm really not throwing shade, but I'm kind of throwing shade because I've never considered myself a side chick. I literally despise side chicks, but I've had side chick behavior once or twice. I've had it and it feels horrible. Like, I don't know how you do it, but that's not me judging you. That's just how it felt for me. I feel like, though, if, like, all jokes aside, because I was definitely trolling, I will do that sometimes. It's just in me. But I really don't judge you. I definitely think psychologically, some of us literally are wired that, that might be your avenue, that you might be good in a polygamous relationship, because if you don't mind sharing and you literally are going to date someone else's husband or committed partner, I mean, you like halfway there. Just make an honest woman out of yourself. So I will say this though, if you're gonna be in a polygamous relationship, you still have to do the work to get right with yourself, because don't nobody want that toxic shit in their household. They don't. People who are doing real polygamous, household, they want a functioning dynamic. That's why I ain't fucking with it, because I would make everybody miserable in their house. Like, oh, that nigga was with you last night, and and I needed this done. Like, oh, all y'all gonna feel it. Oh, you did some stupid shit. And, like, that's another thing. Like, I don't feel like policing other women. I don't want to police, because I feel like the first wife has a lot of power in that dynamic, if it's done right. And I don't feel like policing other women. Like, I really don't feel like policing other women. Even though women who come in those relationships sometimes, often, if the husband choose wisely, but how many times do they do that? And like I said, usually it's supposed to be an agreement between the husband and the wife. But yeah, I don't feel like all that. I don't feel like all that. Like, I want what's mine. But I feel like if you are a woman who literally, are okay with, long as my mom used to tell me this. This is how I could put it in perspective. My mom used to tell me this, and I always hated it. But but I think it's right for somebody. She used to say that and yes, me and my mom does not have a relationship basically at this point. However, my mom dropped hella Jews on me. My mom was 40 fucking years older than me, so she experienced 40 years of life, not to mention whatever wisdom God instilled in her before she even got here. So, one thing I do have to say is my mom dropped Jews on me. From a very young age. So one of the things she used to tell me is not cheating if you're not missing something. I don't agree. However, I feel like if you are one of the women who agree with that ideology, basically it means that if that man is taking care of home, like y'all got the food on the table, y'all got, you got clothes and you got, your material wants and needs met. He's spending time with you. You're not missing him emotionally, whatever. Like, basically, like, you can't even feel he cheating. So is he cheating? You might know because of your woman's intuition, however, but you can't feel that he's cheating far as your needs getting met. That's what, that saying kind of is saying. If you're one of those women, polygamy might be, good for you. But you will have to get your shit together because don't nobody want that toxic shit in their household, and don't nobody want no toxic ass mother raising no kids. So that's that. Now let's get to real cheating. So real cheating, I've always heard this tired ass narrative about, when men cheat, there's no feelings involved, and we literally, women have heard like, oh, I didn't mean nothing to me and all this shit. And I don't mean, she didn't mean nothing to me hurts even fucking more. And I'm gonna break this down for men. I feel like I wish and hope and pray to God this video meets men. And I hope it meets women who understand as well, but it really needs to hit home with men. She didn't mean anything hurts even more. Y'all got this shit ass backwards. I would much rather heard that you cared about the bitch and, you risked it all because you caught feelings and you fucked up. Like, but to tell me that you risked it all because she ain't mean shit to you. Oh, so bitch, you easy. Like, y'all been calling us easy for years, but the most easiest fucking creature on this planet is a fucking man. A man. A man is the most easiest creature, and it's not all of y'all, but it's a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all been, raised and tricked out of your spot. So, raised wrong and tricked out of your spot. But to say that, and to say that the woman didn't mean anything and that, oh, it was just a sexual attraction. You're easy, bitch. Bitch, don't no woman want no easy man. Like, you know how hard that hurt. That mean if you're an easy man, that mean any bitch can slip through the cracks. That mean that any bitch can infiltrate our system. You're weak. You're weak and you're parading around as if you're strong, but you're a weak man. And I'm not talking about men who are literally in structured polygamous unions. I am talking about you niggas over here slinging community dick and acting like having a main girlfriend is something. No, you're weak and you're infiltrating our systems. You're literally allowing STDs into our systems. You're mixing up motherfucking juices that shouldn't even be mixed up in the first place. You're fucking with bitches who literally are mentally gone. You're bringing back home spirits. You're bringing back home babies that a bitch didn't mean nothing to you. Like, so you're literally, a lot of y'all, some of y'all, literally would have unprotected sex with a bitch that didn't mean nothing to you. You're easy. Women aren't easy. You're easy. And then you'll say it as if, oh, well, the woman ain't shit because she's sleeping with the man. literally women have been using pussy as persuasion and to get their way and all that shit through the history of time, and it's literally been documented, and y'all literally are still being, you know, a little slow, a little off your rocker about how you shouldn't be that easy, because literally women are using the fuck out of you. You think you using them because you climaxed. And that was like, what, 5 seconds of pleasure? Because most of y'all don't know tantric sex, so you can't even hold on to that nut. It's like 5 seconds of pleasure. It's like smoking crack. You get a quick fucking 30-second high, and then it's over. And then now you got a whole bitch that can literally tear down your whole fucking system. Could tear down, could destroy the whole goddamn family unit. Could destroy your whole team unit. Like, literally, I need y'all to be a little bit more stingy with your dick. Like, I literally do. And I'm going to talk freely on this platform because freedom of speech exists. Freedom of speech is a fucking amendment. It is an American right, and won't nobody take it away from me. These words were created. It's not even my fucking native language. This shit was created, and it's literally, you know, if you study words and etymology, like, you really can't tell me I'm being offensive because I know the meanings of the words. So let's go there. And yes, y'all literally need to be very strategic about who you gonna lay down with. Y'all teach women to, but women ain't out here being hoes by themselves. So I just wanted to do this video to let you know you niggas is easy, and we tired of it. We tired of easy men. That's why a lot of us are celibate. A lot of us gonna stay celibate. A lot of us gonna fucking play with our toys or don't do shit at all. Like, but we ain't fucking with that shit. Like, the real women who are tired or fed up with y'all easy asses, we gonna sit it on out. We gonna wait till God give us who God intended us to be with, because you niggas are easy and dangerous to our goddamn system, to your system. We cannot trust that you will be smart enough and wise enough to go out here and you know, act like you got some goddamn sense. Like, act like you know what you stand to lose. Like, why would you risk that shit for? And it's not to belittle the woman, but like, it's literally women out here, like I said, that are using their persuasion to get information out of you, to put spirits on you and your family. Because literally, if a woman is having unprotected sex with multiple partners, or even if she's not having multiple unprotected sex, she still can get spirits attached to her just from having sexual intercourse with the condom. Like, stirring each other in the ass is a motherfucking soul tie in itself. Like, so y'all need to be careful out here. No, sex education was only taught from a motherfucking mental or practical place, but it wasn't taught spiritually. So sex was not taught to us spiritually, and the dangers of it, and why you have to be strategic and selfish with your goddamn body. Yes, your body is your body, and nobody can tell you what to do with it, but you're gonna deal with them consequences if you don't have self-respect. I've literally had to deal with my consequences. However, I was never stupid. So you know, it is what it is. But a lot of y'all like moving real crazy. A lot of y'all moving real crazy. A lot of y'all need to stop letting these and it go both ways, right? But I just wanted to holler at the men, because y'all have been so fucking derogatory to women for being hoes, but we are not out here fucking ourselves. If you do the math, like, you gotta have, actually, like, literally, you gotta have a nigga to be fucking you, and you know, a lot of different niggas to be fucking you for you to be the hoe. And most of y'all niggas pillow talk like bitches, so like, literally, that mean that y'all know somebody else done fuck this hoe, and y'all want to fuck this hoe too. And yeah, like, those days are over. I know it was done for a reason, but when y'all did it, y'all hoe shamed us. But y'all are hoes too. Like, to each his own. Touche, nigga. Y'all are hoes too. We just smart hoes. Y'all easy. So stop saying that shit, because y'all are the easy ones. Y'all just get a nut. we literally can fuck up your whole system. That's why a lot of y'all that is smart, you know, respect women. A lot of y'all that's dumb disrespect women, not realizing, like, nigga, we literally could destroy you. And that's why they wanted to kill witches and shit. That leads into that. But that's only what men who feel weak and what is that? Like, you feel weak and less, you know, less equipped to deal with us. Like, we can be your best friend or we could be your best enemy. And you choose wisely. But yeah, cheating, the narrative of, you know, it doesn't hurt the same. When she cheats, it destroys us. No, nigga, y'all are weak. That shit hurts. It hurts us just the same way it hurts you, even more. Most of us just use that shit as an opportunity to boss up on your stupid ass. That's how I am. You cheat on me, I'm gonna show you I can level up on your ass. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie. My last relationship was the only nigga that I let cheat on me. The other times, like, literally, you cheat on me, you done destroyed the relationship. Like, I have no trust for you. Like, literally, a bitch can get in your bed and literally, like, I can't trust you. I can't trust you. I can't trust you. I cannot trust you. Literally can't trust you. Every man that had cheated on me prior to my last relationship, I can't trust you as far as a relationship. Now, granted, I was the type of female that, you know, my exes were my exes. You still the homie. But I can't trust you in a relationship. The fuck? If a bitch could get you, then, like, we ain't got shit. And no, a bitch can't never break up our relationship. I look at it like, you broke out our relationship. My loyalty and our loyalty was with each other. You chose, you know, to let that shit happen. And like I said, that don't excuse the woman who, if she knows that person in a relationship, y'all both wrong. But my loyalty was to him. So that shit, that crushes everything for me. I can't even view you the same, see you the same, none of that. Now, I will say this, like, I have been cheated on in my last relationship. My last relationship, our relationship started off as a friendship. That was our foundation. We were friends. We both had similar traumas and issues, so we were friends first. So I literally endured cheating multiple times. And it was some of the most painful shit I had ever been through. And to the point where I didn't even care anymore. I was like, nigga, you literally, I went through stages. I felt like, oh, I wasn't doing something right. Literally let that nigga project all over me, like, oh, well, you didn't do this. And I'm thinking, like, well, maybe if I do this better, like, he won't cheat on me. Bull motherfucking shit. Don't let them niggas trick you. Don't let them niggas trick you. It is not your fault. And I'm gonna tell you the trajectory. So then, literally, after I realized, oh, it don't matter what I do, because I literally met that nigga when I was up here. I could take care of, you know, things financially. I would come home and cook. I would, you know, take care of the kids. I would take care of him. Like, nigga was getting back rubs and foot massages. Like, literally catering to him. Literally did everything that, you know, most men would want. And still got cheated on. So then that's when it started to register to me, like, well, bitch, you know, but it still didn't completely register. It was kind of like registering, like, well, it don't matter what I do. But still, I had literally, he cheated when I literally had a downfall. So I was up here, and then I literally took a downfall, and he literally tried to play on that. Well, like, you know, everything's so stressful, like, we arguing over bills and all this stuff, and like, you know, like, you just don't do this anymore. And it was like, well, when the fuck I was doing it, you was cheating. The fuck I'm here, you cheating. And that's when it just, like, that, it started to click, but it wasn't fully clicked yet. Then it happened again. And I'm pretty sure he cheated more times than this. This is just the times he got caught. So then it happened again, and that was like my last motherfucking straw. I was like, you know what? And he cheated some more, and then like it just got to the point where like shit, he cheated and he bought flowers. Like I was like, okay, thank you for letting me know you cheated. And so thank you for letting me know you guilty, bitch. And I'm not saying that niggas that buy their girls flowers all the time like are cheating. That was his thing to me. Like I felt like, oh well, he did some shit. He trying to feel better about. But however, if I had a husband, you know, tomorrow and he bought me flowers every day, I would separate what happened to me and that relationship. It can't come into no new relationship. That shit was with him. My new husband buy me flowers, I'm gonna smell that shit and water it and put a piece of aspirin in that bitch to make it stay a little longer. And I'm gonna love my husband and I will even buy him flowers. And you bitches that say that men now they're so sassy, they want flowers. The only thing that make a man sassy is him being sassy. That's not being sassy. Why can't niggas get flowers too? You bitches are stupid. But I'm just gonna leave that there. Y'all got a lot of shit going on with y'all. Y'all want emotionally available men. But the moment a nigga is being emotionally available, you want to call him gay. To be gay, you literally have to fuck another man. Let's just get that out the way. If to be gay, you have to fuck another man. I want my man, if y'all calling that shit sassy, I need my nigga to be real sassy with me. Like, be real sassy. I need you to bring the sassiness over here. But only do it with me and the ones you love. Because these other people ain't going to appreciate you. The fuck sassy. Y'all need to stop doing that shit. Y'all want a man to be soft and gentle with you, but then the moment he be soft and gentle with you, you want to call him gay. Or you want to insinuate that he gay. Niggas can get flowers too. The only thing that makes you gay is you having sexual intercourse with the same sex. That's what makes you gay. Stop this bullshit. Stop it. Stop it. Like, you're literally a part of the problem. So I'm fussing at everybody today. And so, yeah, like he cheated again. And this is when I was having like a deep depression moment. And this shit hurt me to my core. Like, it was like I saw literally it's funny. I'm gonna tell like a snippet of the story. So like literally we lived in a 500 square foot apartment. Literally lived there because I wanted to, you know, get back on my feet and save money. Like literally a lot of y'all live outside of y'all means. So I literally was trying to bounce back. So I didn't mind staying in this 500 square foot apartment until I could do better. We made it our home. We didn't kill each other, even though we had our moments. But we made it our own. We did not have a washer and dryer. That's the point of me telling you how small it was. We did not have a washer and dryer. And it was a 2-bedroom. So we didn't have a washer and dryer, so we used to go to the laundromat, which I started to enjoy because it was a way to get out of the house. However, it was always me washing the clothes and doing that shit. Like, he didn't even know how to fold clothes. But, you know, he eventually learned. He just was slow at it. So yeah, literally, you know, like it was always my responsibility to do housework. Hated that shit. Like, that shit is retarded. But if that dynamic works for you, it works for you. It was retarded for me. And I always say, like, I say that word. I'm not gonna stop saying that word. It's instilled in me. And I actually identify with it. So leave me the fuck alone. I'm on a spectrum. I have slow processing skills and I have fast processing skills. And sometimes I'm like right here in this sweet spot. But, you know, sometimes can be both at the same time. Like, so go somewhere. And once again, look at word etymology and stop trying to, you know, police people's vocabulary. Now, if someone is using words to bully people, yes, call them the fuck out. But I'm not using words to bully nobody. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. Literally, literally, I was going through a very deep depression. I couldn't get out of bed. I didn't want to get out of the bed. And typically when that would happen, he didn't know what to do. And it's like I would tell him ways and tips to like kind of help me, like, say stuff like babe, let's come and let's brush our teeth together, like, like stuff like that to try to help motivate me get out of bed. But like he just was, it was two broken people trying to figure out their way. And so literally wasn't having sex with each other. Like, I was depressed. So and he struggled with an opioid addiction. So I just figured, like, he was having his little spurt of, the soldier wasn't staying at attention. And like, we just both on our ends of the spectrum. And so literally, I did start to get some like inklings, like, yeah, this nigga ain't tried to touch me. But like, I was having problems. Like, I really didn't really care because like I was depressed. So my sex drive was down, my hygiene was down. So like, it made sense, like, well, why would each other want to deal with each other like that? And but I did start to get like some inklings, because it was like he wouldn't initiate nothing, and like both of us were sexual beings. So I was like, yeah, we both might be going through something, but like that still seemed off. So I held that in my head as a thought. And literally one day I remember him saying he was going to his cousin's house because he had kept asking me to wash the clothes. And I was like, I don't feel like it. I'm not going to stress myself out, and I'm not going to go wash the clothes. You go wash the clothes. Like, the fuck wrong with you? Like, you know how to wash clothes. And then the fact that we use pods. Like, if you don't fucking throw the clothes in there and put your pods in there and like carry on about your fucking day, like, and then come back and fold your clothes. Like, well, either you could go wash the clothes and bring them back and I'll fold them. Like, but I'm not going. and so I guess his way of dealing with that was like, he said he was gonna go wash clothes at his cousin's house, which, like, I know his cousin. And I just found it odd. Like, something in me was like, girl, he ain't going to wash no clothes at his cousin's house. So he asked me, like, do you want me to wash your clothes? I had this thing where, like, I don't want nobody washing my clothes but me or him. Like, I don't want nobody looking at my underclothes. Like, it doesn't matter whether it's drawers, bra, or whatever. Like, I don't want nobody touching my shit. Like, I just don't. And so I was like, no, like, you're going to, your people's house. Like, no, I don't want my clothes over there. Like, if you was gonna go to the laundromat, actually, like, you was gonna physically, like, do it. Like, but nah, something went off on my head. Like, I don't know what he gonna do, because if he ain't want to go to the laundromat, which was like 5 seconds away, like, we literally could walk to the laundromat. Like, that let me know right there, like, you not washing these clothes. So then I was just like, nah, because you ain't washing these clothes. You about to drop these clothes off and let somebody else do it. So he literally left out. He came back too quick. He left out. And I'm like, your cousin live all the way in the motherfucking West End. We live in Churchill. Like, why did it take you 5 minutes to get here? Like, you are retarded. So he literally left out. And it was like 5 or 10 minutes, and he was back, and he was like, yeah, the clothes, they washing. And I'm like, but such and such live like at least, 20, 25 minutes, depending on traffic. It could be like, 30, and then he be long-winded and running to people. Like, it ain't no motherfucking way. So I was like, oh yeah, you went to go wash clothes at where? And he was like, such and such house. And I said, oh yeah. So that was one of our things. If we caught each other on the line, like, literally would laugh at each other like, bitch, y'all gonna have to be a little quicker than that. Like, I was like, oh, okay, you went over there. You sure did. So he would look at me and like, oh, this bitch ain't believing my lies. And he would bust out laughing. I'd be like, no, laugh. Like, nigga, you caught. But I don't got the proof right now. But as soon as I get the proof, I'm a wear your ass out. Like, so I think at that very moment he knew he had fucked up, right? So I'm like, all right, well, I'm still in bed for real. Like, cause like I'm having an episode and but I'm still sharp. Like I just need people to realize this. I don't give a fuck how deep my depression get. I'm paying attention. I see it. I see it. Now whether I speak on it is another thing, but I see you. And that's always like that's always. I'm gonna need people to understand that. Um so he literally says, all right, I'm gonna head on back out. I'm gonna go back over there, to check on the clothes. And so like I'm already over here, like, you know what? I got enough shit going on with me. Like everything that's done in the dark gonna come where? To the light. And I left that shit alone. He left out. He stayed out for a long time that time. And but he ended up coming back because he basically told me he had to make some, do some shit. And he literally, and that's one thing I will say in our relationship, we had communication for the most part, about at least telling me something about what you're doing, where you're going. I had to make that a point, niggas. If you are street niggas, but just period, like when you leave the house, you don't need to tell your woman where you going because she's your mother. You need to tell her so she could know who the fuck you was last with. Like, what, like if anything happens to you, she needs to know who the fucking last person you was with. Like, what's the last thing you was doing? That shit ain't for no control shit. Now, if you gotta control the bitch, that's you. You should choose wisely. But if you literally have a solid woman, like, to tell your woman what's going on with you is literally your safety, nigga. It's your safety. Cause your woman is your protector and you're her protector. Like, they've been teaching y'all relationships wrong. But anywho, so we literally did have open communication for the most part. Like, he literally, if I called, like, he literally, like, if he missed the phone call, like, he'd call right back. I don't give a fuck what bitch house he was at. Bitch, you better be quiet. Like, you better shut the fuck up. And like certain times I knew he was at a bitch house. I'm like, oh, this bitch, she just gonna be quiet, huh? Like, she just gonna be quiet. Like, y'all thought y'all was sleeping with a nigga and y'all get what y'all was looking for too, because y'all didn't even know, he had herpes. So I always used to feel like that. Once we got to this point, I used to feel like, well, you bitches who keep cheating with him, I hope you get what you looking for. I swear, I don't care. I don't care that I said it. I don't care that I felt it. You get what you looking for. And I feel like oftentimes y'all do get what y'all looking for. Y'all just won't admit it. Y'all walk around here with your STDs and your chips on your shoulder and not saying anything. I don't judge people with STDs. I have one. So, and like, I can't judge you, but I definitely could judge you when you actively, everybody in that city knew me and him was together. Everybody in that city, everybody in that city knew me and him was together. If you decided to mess with my nigga and raw dog with him, bitch, you got what the fuck you was looking for. I hope he was having an outbreak and you couldn't see it. Like, I really do. And I hope you one day get to live in your truth like I'm living in mine. Because y'all was some shiesty bitches. But I forgive you because, karma already came around for your ass in the form of herpes. So, literally, now if you didn't know, that's between you and him still. Hey, I shit to do with it. I wasn't out here just trying to give it to people, so, But anywho, that's a segue into get tested. Ask for a full panel test, request a full panel test, and make sure that your doctor is giving you a full panel test. Sometimes you'll ask for it and you have to double check over your doctor to make sure they actually did what the fuck you asked them to do. So advocate for yourself when it comes to STDs if you are sexually active. It is very important. Prior to me meeting Dante, I literally used to get tested every 6 months. If I changed partners, I literally would get tested before I started with a new partner. Testing was definitely something I lived by. If my body felt funny, I literally would get tested. So prior to me meeting him, I would say after my daughter's father, I was getting tested still, but I wasn't getting tested like I was supposed to. And literally, you know, some shit could have happened then, or it could have happened with him, but I really think it happened before him. But, you know, I can't prove it, so I leave that situation alone. God sees everything and he knows everything. And karma is fucking swinging the motherfucking block on y'all motherfuckers. So whoever did it, you'll have a time. So literally, yeah, he came back. You know, he was in communication with me. He came back. I think the nigga had fell asleep or some shit. And so because, you know, I just had this inkling. It kept nagging at me. It was like, bitch, you need to check that phone. And this nigga used to have all the tricks in the world. Like, I am a hacker. I would hack the shit out your phone. Like, however, I will say this. I learned with him that I don't want to ever be in a relationship where I have to go through your phone. If you are getting me to the point where I feel like I have to search through your phone for clues, I don't want you. I don't want you. I want a nigga where his phone can lay peacefully next to him and it's not even a thought for me. I want a nigga where if my phone is dead, I can say, babe, you know, can I use your phone real quick to call my mama, and this nigga don't get scared. Like, his heart rate stays the same. And I want that. But I don't want a man who I intentionally have to go through his phone or vice versa. However, I do want it where, you know, like, it is there for clear access. You know, it's nothing that is being hidden or private. But I don't want to go through it. I don't want to look for clues. I don't want to even be in that state of mind or have that feeling. And it does start with self first. However, niggas, women are intuitive, just like some of you haven't tapped into your intuition. And for real, I don't want a man who hasn't. If you haven't tapped into that, we don't even need to be together, because we're not gonna be on the same wavelength. So I don't want that. I don't want that. So if a woman is intuitive and she's tapped into her intuitive abilities, like literally when y'all do fuck shit, she knows. She might not have no proof, but she knows. And I literally don't even want someone to even fucking psychologically tear down what I've built for myself. So I'm gonna be very selective when I choose a mate this go around. I love myself, and the same way I love myself and respect myself is the same way he needs to love himself and respect himself, and we come together and love, trust, and respect each other. So saying that, I did hack the shit out of his phone. I used to hack the shit out of his phone even when he had passcodes. Like, bitch, I got your email. Bitch, I got the password to your email. Like, I used to do some shit that I don't even know how I used to do it. Like, but I could get in that phone. I don't give a fuck. You got the eyeball thing on. Well, bitch, you are dead asleep. Let me go ahead and open your ass. Like, tape your motherfucking ass. Like, I will get creative with these things. I've never done that, but I've thought about it. Anyway, but he never, I don't know, I think I hacked it because you always have, with the biometrics, you always have like another way to get into the phone. So he used to do like the thumbprint. And so I think that particular time, like, he was asleep and I did his thumbprint. But I think he wising up and used another finger besides the thumb, because the thumb stopped working over time. But he went to sleep. I went through the phone. Like, literally, this nigga gonna take his clothes and offered to take my clothes to another bitch house for her to wash our clothes. Literally, you know, he had masculine towel colors, and even though I don't believe in that shit, like, colors are colors, but he had, like, you know, the blues and the grays, and I had, like, you know, the white purples and stuff like that. And I guess he had accidentally left my purple towel over there, and the girl texted him like, you forgot something. And he was like, oh, he played it cool, like, oh, I'll come back over there and get it. And then she was like, oh, okay. Then she asked him, like, how was it? And I think he was like on some how was it, like how was what or whatever. And she was like, the sex. And when I say I turn motherfucking red, matter of fact, I'm red brown in person. So, and that's, my winter shade. And I turned redder. Like, I got hot as a motherfucker. I was in there filming, like, no, the fuck this bitch didn't. I am going through one of my darkest nights right now, and the fuck you gonna cheat on me? Then to keep scrolling down these goddamn text messages, the girl gonna say, she said, she said something about, like, how was it? He gonna say it was fire with some fire sign and that's why I got hot. So I was like, oh, so you gonna entertain this shit, huh? Because to me, I feel like if a person gotta ask you how the fuck was the sex, then you're insecure. Because my shit great. Like, my shit great. I done got to a point in life, like, my shit can crumble empires. Like, I'm not asking you niggas how was it. If it won't good, then you won't good. Like, that's the fuck. So I'm hot. So he done got some fire sign and some water squirts, and I'm just like, so you motherfuckers want to play in my face, like, but ain't nobody asked me to what? Pick up that phone and go through it. So I keep scrolling, and like she was talking about, like, yeah, I be going through, depression and shit. Like, they was having like a generic conversation after that. Like, I be going through depression and stuff, and he was gonna tell this bitch, like, yeah, I know somebody that's close to me that be going through depression too. So I'm familiar with it. Like, do you know? Like, it took everything in me not to smack him with that motherfucking phone again. I felt bad after I smacked him with the phone when we first got together, because I hurled the phone back and smacked the shit out of him. I know that hurt, because them phones heavy, and the way I cocked back, it definitely hurt, because that nigga snapped and tried to choke my ass, and this is not funny, but I laugh at my trauma, so you're gonna have to get used to it. I am a special cup of tea for a special cup of crowds. I'm for the people who have survived multi-levels and multi-dimensions of hell and have made it out scathed. Because some people say unscathed, made it out scathed, and then healed, and then still healing. So when I laugh at shit that ain't funny, just know I have to laugh at my pain. But yes, so literally, you gonna go find a bitch that's struggling with depression while the fuck I'm at home struggling with depression, and you got more compassion for her, and then you gonna tell her somebody close, you ain't gonna even say. So now you done really fucked up, because one of the things is like, I am not a secret, bitch. Like, I am not a secret. So you let me know that you ain't tell this bitch you had a girlfriend because she was shocked to see a purple towel. So what if the fuck you would have sent your clothes over there and I brought my underwear? So, like, you really ain't give a shit about this bitch. I know you ain't really give a shit about this bitch. But at the same token, you ain't give a shit about me either. Like, so, I don't know. That was the last cheat that broke me. And I wouldn't even say it broke me. It kind of fixed me, because it was like, I don't give a fuck no more. Like, at this point, you're cheating because you got a hole in your soul. Like, you got a big ass hole in your soul. You are trying to fill a void. I think you out there searching for me and you can't find me. Yeah, because like I was present, but I was going through some shit. So what he wanted or required out of me, I couldn't give. And that's some weak ass shit for you to try to find another bitch. Like, be a grown ass man and wash your own clothes. Be a grown ass man and go in that bathroom and make yourself feel better. Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, I'm not doing well right now. I'm sick. The same way, if somebody got in a car crash and you'd have sympathy for them, like, I'm sick in the inside, bitch. Like, why would you have a girlfriend at home that's going through a depression? Not only did I struggle with depression, I was having a episode. This bitch wasn't even having an episode. She just was letting them know she go through depression and shit. Like, you literally went over there, that shit broke me. It broke me and it was a breakthrough. And I dragged that man for a long time. I dragged him so bad that he broke down and cried, and I had to stop. Like, I had to stop. I literally had to stop. I stopped sleeping in the bed because we had a rule like we don't go to sleep separate from each other. Like, bitch, we separate. And I knew him. If I would have been like, get out the bed, I have put him in the tub before. I have made him sleep in the tub before. Like, I literally took a comforter and a pillow and was like, that's where the fuck you go sleep in front of the kids. Like, and they ain't never, like, Charlotte ain't never forgot that. She was like, you remember you made him go sleep? Yes, the fuck I do. He can't get in my bed. Like, and that was, like, the old, like, when he first met me. Like, I was really mean. I feel like over time, like, he broke a bitch down so bad, like, it was just like, you know what? I don't even care. But for that situation, I drugged the fuck out of him. Like, I didn't get tired. I ain't get tired until he started crying. Like, then I was like, oh, you've learned your lesson. Good. Okay. Good. The fuck with me. And so from that moment on, I literally had this rule. I don't even care no more. Like, I don't give two fucks. One fuck, blue fuck. You go out there, you do what you do. Don't bring home no babies and don't bring home no diseases. That was my two rules. Like, you do you, and I don't want to cheat. Like, I literally fuck with you, but since you having malfunctions over there, you go do you. So literally, that was our relationship dynamic. This was probably like by what, 2019, 2020. I just remember, like, it happened around one of Charlotte's birthdays, and I almost cheated on him back too. I almost got my lick back, but he was so crazy that I just didn't even want to jeopardize nobody else's life. So I used to play mind games. Like, I would hit up niggas and act like I wanted to talk to them, just to piss him off, and leave the phone open. It's just so, even though he had my code, I would literally just leave that bitch open and make my screen not black out. like, oh, I accidentally left my phone in the kitchen. Like, I know you seen this shit, nigga. Like, I don't cheat because I can't. I don't cheat because I don't want to, nigga. Like, don't push me. don't do it. So I did play a lot of mind games. So I always have been open and honest that he was not the only toxic one. For me and his relationship dynamic, it took two to tango. In the midst of all this, I will say this, because one of my friends just had to attend a funeral of a very tragic situation where one of her friend's sisters lost her life to domestic violence. This shit is not fun and games. It is very detrimental psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, and if you have physical violence in it, physically. It can be financially, it could be sexually, it could be so many ways that a toxic relationship or abusive relationship shows up. The only ones that really get attention is physical abuse, but it is more to it than that. And in most cases, whether it is physical abuse, to an extreme, if you don't get out, it usually typically end in physical abuse or death. So I will say this, I always talk about these videos because I do laugh and I do talk about shit as if it's funny, and that's just me and my healing journey and where I'm at, and I probably always feel like that about the situation because I feel safe now. However, I've been transparent that I did not feel safe in the end. I felt like that man wanted to unalive me. I felt like we was on some, one or both of us are gonna go. Like, but I'ma die trying to protect me. Like, so literally, it got really bad. So I never want to, if anybody who is, going through this situation currently, I don't want you to think it's all fun and games. That shit is not. It literally leads to a crash out moment, and if you don't get out. There's a lot of people, women and men, who have lost their life to domestic violence. in toxic situations, please get help. I definitely was getting help. I started getting help in 2017, and it was the best thing I could have did for myself. It led me on a path to healing way before he even got to pass away. And I think if I hadn't done that work prior to him passing away, I would not have been able to recover this fast. I would not have been able to do this YouTube channel and share all of my childhood abuse, which led me to that relationship, which led me to that type of love. I've always been transparent that like he was not the worst relationship that I had. My family was. So literally get help, because most times, it's not all the time, but most times you are picking abusive relationships because of your childhood trauma, and you thinking that love is supposed to be hurt, love is supposed to be painful, those things. So get help if you see this video and you're going through it currently. Now, if you're out of the relationship, and you have survived, and you will never fucking go back, I think you will enjoy the fuck out of these videos, because like you have to sometimes look back and be like, what the fuck was I thinking, or just reflect. Like, you have to reflect sometimes just to see how far you came. So yeah. But I definitely dragged the shit out of that man. And I don't mean physically, I mean mentally. Mentally, I had a time. Mentally, I broke that nigga down the same way he wanted to break me down. I would say this. I would say, dear men, don't come sniffing around here if you have ill intentions, because your consciousness might leave you. Like, you might lose your consciousness fucking around here. So yeah, like literally cheating is wrong. It doesn't matter whether it's male or female. Cheating is wrong. I let the nigga do what he wanted to after that. I just felt like, that's your own shit. You gotta figure your own shit out. Like, you gotta figure you out. And I'm gonna let you do you. We started this shit off as friends. We promised to be friends, before lovers. Like, that was our motto. We was friends before lovers. I'm gonna be your friend. But for me to be your friend, I'm gonna be your roommate. Like, I'm not your girlfriend or your wife. We roommates now. So and we would go back and forth. I think that's the damaging part about abusive relationships, is that it's a roller coaster ride. It's highs and there's lows, and rarely is there this peace level. And I don't regret that situation, because it helped me grow. It helped me realize that the people in my life before him were so much more abusive. And I had abusive mother, father, stepfather, siblings. All my siblings hated me, like every last one of them, even the ones that I fuck with. Like my brother who passed away, like I fucked with him, he fucked with me. My brother I grew up with, he hated my guts when we was kids, but we have a relationship now. And then I also had another brother who he stayed in and out of jail, but like I loved him, but he won't dare, like he wasn't able to be there. So I think he was the only one that never showed like he was jealous of me or anything like that, the one that was like in and out of jail and shit. But he'll use your ass though, so you gotta be careful. And then the other siblings, they just downright fucking hated me. Like, it was smiling in my motherfucking face, but hated me just because you felt like, the other parent had favor over me. I was literally the golden child publicly, and I was the motherfucking black sheep in private. And that is one of the most confusing fucking things to a child's psyche. Like, and then people was looking at me like, oh, you're spoiled. Like, you're spoiled. You're complaining about nothing. And it's like, bitch, I can't complain about the major things because you ain't even trying to hear the nothing. Like, I don't feel safe with you motherfuckers. Like, and it's like, now I'm learning that, it's certain people I can feel safe with. and that, you know, everybody ain't like my bloodline family. And I do have some dope bloodline family members, but I also have some soul family, some spirit family that, like, I really really have to say thank you to. I have to say thank you to you all. And yeah, like, me and Dante was literally breaking some generational curses. People might not have understood that. That's why I always pay homage to him. And that's why I say, people who are literally going through it now, please don't watch these videos. Go get you some fucking help. There are resources out here for you. If you want to break generational curses, it starts with you. Go get you some help. Love you. Love yourself. It's easier said than done, but with help, it's possible, okay? So for me, I thank God that I have survived. This was starting out to be a video about cheating, but this went multiple, you know, it still is a video about cheating, but it definitely has some jewels in it. So yeah, life is life. Life is what you make it. And right now, I'm just focusing on making life great again. Because America was never fucking great. And I don't know who the fuck they thought it was great for, but it won't the fuck the gods. So we're going to have to start thinking about that. But I'm going to make life great again. Period. And we're going to try to make America great for the first time ever. Since y'all named it America, because I'm not even sure what my native people called it after you massacred them. And I'm gonna end there. Have a great day. Be safe. And stop fucking cheating and using that old tired ass narrative. It hurts women. It breaks our fucking spirit just like it breaks yours. Like, literally. The same way you can't handle it, we have been conditioned to learn to handle it. So who's the weak one? Who's really the weak one? I think it's you. I think it's you. It's you. It's the men who, not all men. It's not all men. But the men who don't have self-control, who your daddies or your mamas didn't teach you how to have self-control, how to even retain semen. You know, like, that's another video for another day. But yeah, a lot of y'all lack discipline, and then y'all blame women. Bye.